Hi, I'm Stacy Dugan, and I'm the Chamber of Commerce CEO. And today we are promoting the Chamber and one of our newest members, Irv Miller. So Irv, welcome to the Chamber. We're glad to have you. Tell us a little bit about your business and what you do.
My wife and I have a self-defense securities company called J&L Self-Defense Products. And we are selfdefense.com, selfdefenseproducts.com. And we're one of the oldest, if not the oldest, self-defense company on the internet. We started the business back in '97 when we were in Maryland, and we moved up to Berkeley Springs in '99 to grow the business, and we've done so, and we've been here ever since.
So if I'm looking for a self-defense item, one of the popular things for women to carry on their purses is mace. So how would I go about getting that product from you?
Well, locally, you could stop by the shop and pick it up. If you weren't local, you could have us send it to you. We're a mail order company by trade. You could go to the website and place the order, or you could give us a call and place the order with us over the phone.
Oh, great. Well, we certainly appreciate you being Chamber members. And so who are your target audience?
Pretty much everybody. Men, women, college students. We pretty much have something for everybody. We don't just sell self-defense and security products. We do hidden cameras, and we do a lot of police products, concealed carry holsters. We have quite a variety of different products, lots of different knives and things like that. That's one of our largest products, actually.
So you said you started your business in Maryland and decided to move to West Virginia?
That's correct.
Have you found West Virginia more business friendly, or?
I think we came up here for several reasons. To raise the family up here. It's a much better area to have a family than down in the city. It's also easier on businesses, at least our county is, as far as expansion, wanting to put up new buildings, things like that. It's definitely, I feel that Morgan County is business friendly.
Well, I hear a rumor in the community that you have this new mascot. What is that about?
We have a bull terrier named Beamer, and he's 7 months old, and very, very big boy. And he was so big that we ended up taking him to training school for a couple weeks to get him to listen a little bit more. And so currently, I and my wife are now going to training about 4 times a week to learn.
So the dog's training you all?
We are all training together.
Wonderful. So do you travel with your business?
We do some events, Ocean City. We do the larger biker events, Timonium, Maryland, and as of this year, Apple Butter here in Morgan County. And some events we can actually take the dog and allow him to interact with the customers, and people seem to really like that. They really like dogs.
Well, and I think dogs do a great service to the business owner, because people get to come in and they see the animal and they pet the animal, and then they're more likely to buy something.
Yeah, well, and a well-behaved dog
Yes.
makes a big difference,
Yes,
especially when they're 70 or 80 pounds.
Yes. So tell us about the growth of your company. So you moved to West Virginia. Have you had a growth or a decline since you've been here?
Well, both actually. We moved here in '99, and we experienced tremendous growth between 2000 and 2006. And then, of course, between 2006 and 2008, the United States economy changed drastically. And so we took a pretty big hit and went from 9 employees down to 4. And last year, we hired back our 5th employee again. So
wow.
We've started to experience growth again due to some new sales channels and things like that.
So when you talk about sales channels, tell me about that. Is that on TV? Is that on the internet?
Well, most of our business is internet. We do sell to law enforcement agencies around the country and things like that. But the events that we travel to have been helping. Apple Butter certainly helped this year. And the additional internet channels would be like my website is one channel, Amazon is another channel, and eBay and so on. These are other channels that we can eventually move out to.
So what is the web address? If I want to go on the internet right now to buy a product from you, how do I find you?
Yeah, it's easy. It's real easy. It's selfdefense.com, and self-defense is spelled with an S the correct way. We also have self-defense with a C, because that's how they spell it over in Europe, and that leads actually to another site of ours.
So do you sell overseas as well?
Not very much.
No?
No, there are export restrictions on any type of self-defense product is pretty heavily regulated. Most countries don't allow the products to come in, and so we pretty much focus on the United States and do some shipments to Canada.
So you've brought up apple butter a couple times, which is one of my favorite things to talk about. So the Apple Butter Festival is a well-known festival, happens in the community. We have over 200 vendors, and we do a parade, which was the largest parade we had this year, and the weather was perfect. You know, I ordered the weather.
Yes, you did wonderful.
You know, I was hired in March, and I've ordered the weather personally back when I was hired, because that was one of the stipulations when I was hired, was it had to be pretty weather during apple butter. So I was able to make that happen. So tell me your experience with apple butter. You know, we have 200 vendors. You were the only vendor that was selling self-defense items, and you were one of the most popular vendors there. So tell me a little bit, how did you get back into the chamber, and how did you get to apple butter, and whether you did good or not?
Well, I was in the chamber back in the early 2000s, and I never attended even a single event. It just was one of those things. I just joined because I was a member of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce at the same time, and just a flag to put on the website basically, but never participated, and eventually just stopped paying dues and just went away from it. I came back to the chamber, mostly I think because you were twisting my arm to do so.
Well, I have that active,
And,
you know, I'm able to do that every once in a while.
Being here in Morgan County for the last 15 or 16 years, I've been to Apple Butter every year, but we've just never vended here, and we live 4 miles from town. So we decided, since you came in, that we would give it a shot this year, and we weren't that far from home. If it didn't do well, we would just see what happened, and it turned out to be a perfect year weather-wise. You couldn't have ordered better weather, and we did well. I mean, we did well at the event. I mean, knowing that it's more or less of a craft type show and a foods type show, to have our unique blend of products in the mix, I thought might be a good idea, but we had to try it. Now I've seen it, now we're going to be regulars. And I think a lot of it has to do with, and I would say this, a lot of guys I think get drugged to the apple butter by their wives, and with not a whole lot of stuff to do, so we finally had a booth with some stuff that men would enjoy.
Well, every time I walked by there was certainly a line of guys there looking at your product. So you came to the Christmas party last night, and that was another event that the Chamber has. So tell me a little bit about that. Did you have a good time?
It was a real nice time, and Mac, I feel pretty dumb for not attending years ago when I was a member then. The food was fabulous. The company was great. There's a lot of knowledgeable people in there, and looking forward to next year's party already.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's time to wind down a little bit, and so if you had to say anything about your business and products, what do you want everybody out there to know?
We're a family-based company, and it's with so many huge retailers anymore, like Amazon, these guys that are just crushing the market. I'm always happy to take personal care of people when either they call us or they come by, or even if they send in emails. My wife, who handles most of the business anymore, she's actually does a great job at it. And I guess what you still get with us is that personal touch, something you don't get with most online retailers, that you just order and then they're done with you. But we're still there to help make people more knowledgeable. With all the training and things that I've done, definitely it really helps when we help people pick out products that they need.
Well, I know for a fact that you've helped a lot of people in the community. You were a bailiff at the courthouse, and I remember people coming there to get self-defense items, and you would always be so willing to help them in your business. And we're glad to have you as a chamber member. So thank you very much, and welcome to the chamber.
Thank you.